Wah 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 wah. Hello chat. How's everyone doing? Hope y'all are having a pretty good day, morning, night, whatever time it is for you. Panda is hyperventilating. Nice to hear it. Before we get into the game, I do just want to say, we have now hit the next part of the Subathlon. Ta-da! So, where we're at now is, for every 25 subs, for the next little while, and then 50, I will have to do the Hat of Punishment. I have gone and collected a list of some of the hardest and or worst made games ever. As you can see, we've got some real bangers here. So, we've got Superman 64, Sonic 06, Now there is a definitive version that the fans made of Sonic 06. I will not be playing that one. We have E.T., which nearly collapsed the entire gaming industry. So, you know, surely that's a very well-made, polished, and high-quality game. Then we got Bubsy 3D, which, despite everyone's efforts to keep Bubsy dead, he always comes back. It's like Star Wars. With Palpatine, somehow Palpatine has returned. And then we got Jurassic Park SNES. I don't know much about that, but Jurassic Park is neat. But this game is on the list of very bad games, so it's probably going to upset Jurassic Park fans. So what could possibly go wrong, right? And then Lion King NS... It's gonna be the NSO version, since that's super easy for me to access. But that game is notorious for being hard, but also buggy and glitchy. The speedruns for that actually require you to exploit tons of glitches. And then we have Pac-Man Atari 2600. Really don't know anything about that, but I do like Pac-Man. But before we get into the meat of everything, let me just do a round of howdies. So we have the Dying Monkey, howdy. We've got Nintendiot, howdy Ning. We've got March the Cat, hello hello. We have Panda, hello hello. We've got Eraviv, hello hello. And we've got Amina, I see you there, hello hello. Thank you so much for the blessing, lovely. Everyone, you should go follow Amina. Amina the Cupcake Killer. They are my newest client. They are an absolute sweetheart. Their new mic should be coming in tomorrow at the latest, I think it was. So definitely go check them out. They were last doing some not Undertale, Deltarune. I almost say Undertale because they were giving some cool little Undertale stories. But yeah, who's ready to watch me suffer? If you want to see me suffer, type a 1 in chat. Suffer, suffering. I want to suffering. Alright. I have seen people play this game. So, new game. Okay, I just need a moment or two to get used to how the movement is. Yeah, it feels weird. And it's also not properly synced up to my mouse. Okay, can I adjust the sensitivity? Yes. And let's try that. Adjust some settings? I can certainly try. Okay, so... that's not sensitive enough. Alright, so that does give me that much sensitivity. Alright.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you completed your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute.
Okay.
If you want some money...
I get the idea here. Motion blur off, okay. I need to find the right sensitivity for this mouse.
Casino, you only put all your winnings on red, but it came up black. If you got your
Turn on trackpad turning. Sure, I mean, I don't have a trackpad.
wedding, and then immediately dropped food on it.
Well, that is crazy.
And then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day...
Howdy, howdy, Bungie, welcome in.
Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Alright, we're still just adjusting the sensitivities. Honestly, that's probably gonna be a large part of this, is just figuring out the right sensitivities. I feel like if this was on a controller, it would be so much easier for me. But that also very much would defeat the purpose of the game. Okay. Sensitivity's feeling a little better. Oh, and Melanie does have the zoomies. You doing alright there, Melanie? Yeah, I definitely want to get the right sensitivity. Cause like, sometimes it's moving and like, I'm barely moving my mouse and I get kind of a big range there. Okay, okay. Alright, getting a little better. I'm gonna turn it down maybe a teensy bit more. Maybe about there. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm very... Alright, so let's see. Panda says, so the way the hammer moves is actually different from how you expect. Your mouse cursor is actually not locked in the center of the screen, which makes sense. It moves along with the hammer, so you have to move your hammer up. You'll have to continuously move your mouse up. Whee! I think the fact is I'm very limited in how much mouse movement I actually have. Just with how my setup is. I feel like if you were someone with a wireless mouse, you would probably have a much easier time. Oh no. Not this game, it is this game. Y'all hit the sub goal.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
Okay, so... Listen, if Lemon Leaf can do this, then so can I. You only have 8 inches of mouse range? That is more than I have. Yeah, I'm doing this in probably what would be about 3 inches and 3 inches by about 3 inches. Maybe not even that.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Am I over it yet? Well, I'm over something. My model's cute. Thank you, March. And thank you for the blessing. I've never played Sexy Hiking. I have a feeling if it was released now, just considering the kinds of crazy games people like to play for the content. I don't have a very big mouse, but yes, I am working with a very small space because of how my setup is. So that is why, like, this is more challenging, because I have very little movement. You want to beat the game with your mouse on your leg? That's honestly pretty impressive.
lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna be stuck using roughly these sensitivities. So we'll see. How's the suffering going? The worst part isn't how the game plays, it's the really inconsistent, like sensitivity.
Poop toot!
Like, I could barely move and do this, or I could barely move and fling across the entire screen.
Lights out!
See, like, I was actually moving clockwise for that. And it moved me counterclockwise. Sensitivity is inconsistent? It is, yes. Alright, I need to stretch my hand before I cramp up. I'm not really a mouse player because of a defect in my hand. Not inconsistent? No, you'd be surprised. But I also don't have like a high quality mouse either. Do. I don't know what a Five Below is. Is that like a dollar store? Alright, so Panda, you're the expert here. Why do I go... When I move my mouse clockwise, why does it go counterclockwise? Alright, well, you got it. Crap. I just about punched my shell. Alright, hydrate. It's my bat, so my heating pad is in the right spot.
In a certain way, sexy hiking is the perfect embodiment of a V-game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
Yeah, I see it. I see the circle. That's actually where my cursor is, yes. Why is there a prediction? What are you guys doing to me? Oh, I'm definitely not getting to the top in this stream. Okay, so that's where my cursor is. Now, the question is, why does it move mirror to some of what I do? I hope that wasn't anyone's espresso.
Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in sexy hiking is real.
It doesn't, you're probably looking at the man. No, I'm looking at the hammer. And look, this is clockwise. But then sometimes I'll be going and then it'll just jut over like that. But if I'm going clockwise, then the hammer should continue to go clockwise. It should not reach here and then end up over here. which is why I have to be very awkward with how I move some of my mouse now. Either center of the screen or center of the player is not actually moved when you move your mouse. So let's say you just move the hammer to the right. And with that logic, like if I'm continuing to do a circle, it should not cut halfway through the diameter, but sometimes it does. Also, did my heating pad turn off? No. But I better just make sure it doesn't auto turn off. Exactly, that's why I am moving in very slow circles. But even then, that doesn't completely rectify the issue.
If you need to take a break, it's okay. I've saved your progress.
Yeah, I wish I could show my mouse movements. Hey, Kitty Queen, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? This is one of my subathlon goals that we hit. And for the most part, the game itself it's not unfun. I just noticed that the mouse is being very inconsistent. And I'm not sure if that's just an issue with the sensitivities in relation to my mouse, or just the fact that I have a crummy mouse that I'm gonna need to replace in the somewhat near future anyway. I'm not sure what you're trying to do with that command for, but there is nothing that's gonna say that. Yeah, let me push the latte espresso thing. Let's see if there's another way to understand this. I mean, do I need to pull up GIMP and show a drawing of my movement in relation to what the game is doing? I'm moving it back in for an art shape. Okay. So right there, I did not move my hammer right at all. But that time I did, but you see, I still did the same movement twice. So at some point, it's reversing the movement.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying, don't let it get to you.
It's alright, Panda. Well, good thing I only promised at least 2 hours of this. Alright, can I just position this a little better? I hear sirens outside. Actually, so interesting thing. Apparently yesterday, not quite where I am, but nearby, on one of the major roads, there was a large convoy of people doing basically a protest. Would you care to guess what it was they were protesting? Okay.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Huh. Now that's police sirens out there. Wonder what's going on. Let's have a concussion. They found you? Oh no! Your illegal Pokemon cards! Okay, so this is definitely longer than I thought. You're hiding in the storage closet? How many times do I have to tell you? Wipe your feet before you go in the storage closet. Alright, I have an idea there. Sorry, it's comfy? That's not the issue here. The issue here is you're tracking mud into my closet. Am I even allowed to play this song on stream? Well, if this gets muted on YouTube, so be it. The song's like really old. Oh my god, Cece, holy meowers! Hold on. Everyone, we've got raiders. Song, you can stay quiet for a moment. Ah, Cece! Hello, hello, lovely. Let me get you your uwus. Get some hydrate. Hello, friends, uwu. Cece Mushishi is a superstar streamer, but that's what makes them so special. They're a VTuber who loves to share and play games, especially Resident Evil. They're 7 foot 3 inches tall. Wow! And we're watching that chat, so don't be shy. They're a little like a cat, curious and a little bit mischievous. Come join the fun and see what stuff and adventures await, Ulu. Cece lovely. How are you? Get ready and run to the rage cage? Have a good rage cage, okay? Thank you so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. Thank you all. It's Papashi Day. $10 shoes fit your feet. Yeehaw! I hope everyone's having a good time. I am here suffering because, as it turns out, well, we hit the sub goal, so here we are. Yo. Alrighty. And let there be the song.
If I'm messing you up, you can mute me in the settings.
We could, but half the fun is just listening to him. Alrighty. Carefully. For some reason, I've also been having really itchy skin lately. I hope I'm not, like, contracting a rash or something. It's probably from all the dryness. You know, that winter drying weather, skin, air thingy that people have. And I do believe I've got some hiccups. How's the game going? Yo, it's violent, it's going. The sensitivity and slight inconsistency between my mouth, it makes it a little more difficult than it needs to be. But part of that is what I get for playing with a pretty lousy mouse that's kind of dying. Alright, I don't know if dying is the right word, but there was a time a while back where some liquid kind of spilt into it. So I suspect perhaps the trackpad thingy on it, like on the bottom, may not be up to where it should be. I mean, it's still perfectly functioning, so like, I'm not gonna sweat it and go crazy and be like, oh my god, I need a new, $300 Razer mouse. Alright, so for the rest of the week, I believe on Wednesday, my next stream, I'll be doing the replay of Mario Odyssey as chat voted for. And then Thursday is gonna be the Uma Musume stream that you guys asked for, as we did hit that goal. Now, I know this spot right here is a place where a lot of people struggle. I'm not controlling it, nor am I controlling the hammer. I'm controlling is will to keep climbing and make it to the top. Interesting. Hi CJ, how am I? I'm doing okay. Do I crashed out 3 times by now?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I have played my share of difficult games, not necessarily in this particular genre. How was my weekend, CJ? Oh, it was a pretty okay weekend. I watched Pokemon LAIC. Flamigo won the entire event in the Masters Division, so heck yeah, we love a good Flamigo. Okay, do I need to go to the right or to the left? Okay, so I see I have to go to my left. Yeah, Flamigo. You love to see it. Okay, careful. They all laughed at Flamigo when Scarlet Violet was first out, but now Flamigo gets the last laugh. Absolutely. Flamigo is actually the speedrun Pokemon as well. Does you actually change the way you view a challenge as well? When you get good at the game because rather boring and repetitive, and you look back at when it was hard, you kind of miss the struggle.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Poop toot!
We have curse, bless, poop toot!
Poop toot!
Why are y'all poop tuning on me?
I thought so.
Now, sexy hiking was trash, not even the good kind of trash.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Speaking of trash, you call this the devil's chimney? Yeah, I have seen many people struggle at this part. Alright, hold on just a moment. Okay, so I wasn't starting to lose it. I was hearing the music. That shouldn't have been there. The way to beat this is by going back and forth with your hammer and making an arc shape in the air. Yeah, somehow that put me down. And we have ads in about 3.5 minutes, everyone. You think it was there with the music? It was... Well, the music was kind of bugging me. Hey, Jarko, how's it going? It's going.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
Hydrate. You think you overdid the push-ups yesterday? Oh no, that sounds awful. Okay, so you said make an art shape. Alright, so you say make an arch. Okay? Hi, Shell. Hi. How are you doing today? Oh, ads are gonna be in 10, 9, 8, 7. Alright, I'm gonna go to the BRB land. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Ads will be over in 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Alright, I don't know how much longer I can go on, because my stomach's starting to feel weird. Hey, 5 stream streak! Heck yeah, Shell! You love to see it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my stomach at the moment. It might just be that I need to eat something else. Like, I had cereal today, but I might have to have, like, an early dinner. I'm having chicken and rice tonight. Yeah, like, I don't feel like I'm gonna throw up or anything. It's more like, how do I put it? Oh, what's this? I'll have to read that later. It's related to my crash out from earlier. What kind of cereal? 5K Melanie until you can buy art? Heck yeah. The cereal I had honeycombs. The living legend once again, darn tootin'. The living legend himself. Bootleg Flanders! Ah. You never had honeycombs? They're really good. They're like they're a higher fiber cereal, but they're also very sweet. Alright, well, maybe not very sweet. But they are, like, they are sweetened with honey. But it's like honey that's been dehydrated into a powder. The Chaplain didn't show I was live or you have rated me? Oh no, that's totally okay. Yeah, this might end up being a little bit shorter. You're Lucky Charms kind of guy, but only the marshmallows. You may have had Surge into Lavender Town. I did see you managed to beat Surge. And good job getting through the dark cave. Well, I mean, technically, it's not called Dark Cave, it's Rock Tunnel, but it's a dark cave, so it's all the same. It wasn't, the dark cave wasn't an issue, but you had to find Flash, not for you, but for the chat. Honestly, most of the caves are probably dark cave for you. But for those who don't know, Bootleg Flanders is legally blind. But with the accessibility stuff, he does manage to do quite well. Definitely a pog gamer. Let's see, I think what I'll do is I'll go until about 4 o'clock my time. That'll be a little under the 2 hours I wanted to do. Try to make the Earth more aggressive. Aggressive how? I don't mind doing it. I just need to... Okay, carefully. Carefully. Bigger? I can try. Okay, okay. Yeah, somehow bigger didn't help me there. I think I need to just get my starting position better. Okay. Remember, Patrick, focus. What are you doing? Focusing. Nice place you got here. Hey, small. There you go, Panda. Oh hey, I got a cat. Do. Okay, carefully. How are the mouse movements supposed to look like? Sure, I could go look in Discord, because that's where I'm assuming you posted it. I definitely do not have that much room. So heck it, we ball. Yeah, that is like 2 or 3 times how much space I've got. Hey, Rizo, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Congrats on affiliate. I woke up still sleepy. Well, I hope you managed to have a good sleep, though. I need to hydrate. Oh. Ah. Ooh, 3 stream streak, heck yeah. Thank you so much for the streak. Hold on. I'm starting to overheat a bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get ready to call it. Because I am not doing so cold. Get it? Because I'm feeling hot. Alright, let's just go to the bedroom for a moment. Why am I punishing myself? Money. But, I am... My stomach's making noises and I'm getting very hot. So we're raiding out. Alright, let's see, who are we going to raid today? Let's see, what are people in the mood for? Has Ignitrus hit affiliate yet? If not... Oh, he has. Nice, good for him. And I'd say, if he didn't, then we could raid him and give him that push. I don't think there's too many people in this category. But if there is, we'll go take a look. You know what? We could go do that. They're not even affiliate yet. Okay. Sorry for cutting this short, but I don't know what my body's doing at the moment. So, let's just go. Let's get ready to raid them. I'll take care of myself. Yeah, I do apologize for cutting this shorter than normal. Alright, so we're gonna go raid them. Alright, non-subscribers use this raid message. Subscribers can use this one. Alright, I will see you all on Wednesday to start the Mario Odyssey run. I might do more of Benny, like, getting over it. Just privately in the server to make up for kind of some of the remaining time. Make sure you're in the Discord. Also, don't forget you can check out my throw. All my links are here. And yeah, let's go.